Jeff Horn's promoter definitely went off on Terence Crawford today. Dean Lorgan, I think his name is, calling Terence Crawford. Hold on. Before we get into it, it's the Boxing Link. Good morning, your boy CJ Goodfella. And I just find it so funny because this is the exact thing that I was saying. And I'm going to link the article in the description so you know it's trill. And, Dean, Jeff Horn's promoter, says that Terence Crawford is the worst managed and advised fighter in the history of boxing. He said this dude is terrible as far as when it comes to promoting fights. And same thing I've been saying, man. It's effort. You know what I'm saying? It's knowing what to do. And Bomac is not only one of his 3 or 4 coaches, he is his manager as well too. And he says that Brian McIntyre, Bomac, said that Terence Bud Crawford, wouldn't be allowed to speak to the Australian media because they would twist his words up. And it made Jeff Horn's promoter just go totally berserk. It made him go like, what the heck, man? He says that through the media is how you gain more revenue and more money and really, make your brand through the media. And he's right. That's exactly the thing that I was saying. And people were saying, oh, you know what? You want Terence Crawford to sell out and tap dance like Broner or sell out like Floyd Mayweather and act like a fool. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's the words you guys putting in my mouth. No matter how articulated, you guys spin it however you want to spin it. Some of you guys out there, I'm not going to classify or generalize everybody. But what this guy is saying is true. He said, how can you not talk to the Australian media? He said that's how you're going to really drive the people off the strip, out of the casinos and out of the restaurants to come see what we're talking about. Terence Crawford should engage in a war of words with Team Jeff Horn is pretty much what he's saying. I'm paraphrasing here. He said he should engage in a war of words to sell the fight. Sometimes a little bit acting, a little bit of play is needed to sell a fight. And look no further than Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. I felt that they took it too far with the racial shit. But guess what? It got people engaged. It got people, driving their money to spend their money to order the pay-per-view and all types of things. It would have broke the pay-per-view record if they didn't have a pay-per-view outage. Thanks, Showtime. Or thanks to your cable provider, for giving those pay-per-view out. It would have broke the record easily. And, it's what they telling him to do. Yes, a lot of that boxing beef and a lot of that going back and forth and arguing at the press conference, a lot of that is made up. It's acting. It's meant to sell the fight. It's meant to brand the fight. And Crawford not speaking to the Australian media and taking the high road and pushing his nose up in the air and not, going back and forth with Jeff Horn and Team Jeff Horn, letting Bomac do all the talking and letting Bomac not let them speak to the Australian media. If they twist their words, they twist their words, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what the media do. But with them twisting your words can gain you popularity as well, too. And him just trying to be a respectful, clean-cut young guy. Same thing that Bob Arum tried to push Floyd Mayweather for. And what happened to Floyd Mayweather? Shit happened for him. He didn't really thrive until he got with Al Heyman and created 24/7. And he created a character, not saying that Terence Crawford has to use that, but speak to the media. Don't try to cut off the international media, which can make you a global star, make you more money, and drive your brand up. You don't do that. You speak to them, and if they say some things that you don't like, well, we enter this media session right there. But for Brian McIntyre not to let this dude speak to the Australian media because they'll twist his word, that's childish, that's foolish, that's girlish, man. That's real girly-like, man. At the end of the day, man, this dude can use any promo he can get right now, because this probably ain't even the number one attraction in Vegas come Saturday. Just like this Dean Lorgan said, man. He said, we got to get these people off the strip, out of these casinos, out of these restaurants to come see us fight. And what better way to do it is to get into a war of words, or he can go back, he can just speak to the Australian media and continue to speak to the media. This dude, Terence Crawford, is cutting off his pipeline to popularity. It's like this dude don't want to be popular. It's like this dude, he don't want to be promoted right. He like, I'm comfortable with Top Rank is doing. They put me on a closed app where only so many people gonna pay to watch me fight for $5. I mean, it seems like he's comfortable with being where he at in boxing and being pound for pound number one, but you're not a polarized pound for pound number one. You're not a pound for pound number one fighter that people gonna remember. You're not a pound for pound fighter like Floyd Mayweather, like Manny Pacquiao. You're not popular. You're not a crossover type of guy, and that's what you need to be to sustain being the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. You know, this is a fight that people are not even interested in. This is not even a fight that people are going to order. People are more interested. I did a poll and I questioned people, are you more interested in Abner Marzio, Santa Cruz 2 or Crawford and Horn? More people are more concerned and going to watch Santa Cruz and Mares 2. Anytime somebody go all the way to featherweight and rather see a featherweight fight before a welterweight fight, a championship welterweight fight, that's sad and that's pathetic. And that means somebody not doing their job and trying to sell this fight. And to be honest, I've heard more from Jeff Horn's team and Jeff Horn leading up to this fight than I heard from Terence Crawford. I heard crickets. He's happy. I seen he had a nice hotel on Instagram. Maybe he's just comfortable being a born fighter. You know, as far as outside the ring. In the ring, you know, at the end of the day, he going to have the last laugh. He going to be running upside Jeff Horn's face all night. We know that. You know, but who cares if you running upside Jeff Horn's face and everybody watching Mars and Santa Cruz and Charlo and Trout? And Fortuna and Granados, I believe, on that card. Who gonna remember that fight? Who will remember you beating the crap out of Jeff Horn and winning your third title in 3 different weight classes? Who gonna remember that if people not gonna pay or use a 7-day free trial to see you on the ESPN Plus app? If you ain't engaging, if you ain't selling the fight, if you ain't on billboards out in Vegas, which I heard he not even on billboards out in Vegas. If they not running promos on TV, they not running promos during the NBA Finals. Who gonna care what you done? Who gonna remember that? Boxing is not just about accolades. It's about creating memories in fans' head. Saying, man, I remember back in June 2018 when Terence Crawford, dominated Jeff Horn. You know, people go back with Marvin Hagler. Man, I remember when Marvin Hagler beat the shit out of John Beast Mugabe. That was an excellent fight. I remember going back to Julian J. Rock when he knocked out, Julian Jackson when he knocked out Gerald McClellan. It's not just the major fights that people remember. People remember those little fights as well too, and that's what kind of are the building blocks for your greatness. And this dude said exactly what I said the other day. Said this is the worst managed and worst advised fighter that we've seen. So if the management and your advisor ain't doing this job and the promoter ain't doing this job, then, I mean, what the hell is Terence Crawford playing 10% and whatever he playing top rank for? Why are you paying these guys if you can just have the same marketability, the same popularity without spending 10% and without paying the promoter? What do you need these guys for if they not doing their job? You know what I'm saying? And I was on Fanai International's live stream, but he said your promoter is supposed to be paid to do what he's supposed to do. Well, there's his promoter not doing what he's supposed to do. And not only that, his management, his advisors, are not doing what they're supposed to do. They're not out here really getting this dude pop-up money. They're not out here getting him a deal with Nike, trying to line him with Elvis Grant. He ain't out here being the man of the people and trying to, get out there and bump and rub shoulders with celebrities or going out in Vegas right now and doing some community service and doing some glove signings with some kids at a high school and trying to get popularity, because the youth is the popular bunch you want to get. You want to get the youth, then the teenagers, then you want to get the young adults, and then everything else falls in place. They don't have a plan in place for how they want to market this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's as plain as wheat bread coming out what's her name? Auntie Miller's fucking bread oven. He's bland, man. And it ain't like he got the most boringest personality, dog. That's not even the case. I like his edge and his kind of gangster kind of edge to him. But you see guys like Errol Spence, people say Errol Spence in the same class. I agree. He in the same popularity class as Terence Crawford, but now you see him step outside all this truth. You see him step outside the booth. Now he talking a little bit. Now he's saying Errol Spence, Terence Crawford's name. Now he's saying he want to run down on Danny Garcia. Now he's saying Tank Smoke Lomachenko. He branding himself just by talking to the media. Just by doing little interviews for Fight Hype. Just by doing little interviews with local motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? Just by doing that, now he's aligning himself with the Dallas Cowboys and making himself synonymous with that star. And the sky's the limit. He's almost sold out a 16,000 seat arena. It was in Frisco, Texas. The Dallas Star, the Star Arena, whatever it's called. Excuse me if I butchered it. What is Terence Crawford doing? Too much of shit. This dude is turning down media because they gonna twist his word. How fucking sensitive can you be? That's sissy shit, bro. And I'm sorry, though. You gonna twist my words. I mean, who cares about Australia? What they gonna twist your words and say so bad about Australia? You going to Australia anytime soon? And even if they they twisted your words, brother, you know what I'm saying? That's better promo than you saying yes or no, sir. Yes or no, sir. Bob Arum, no, sir. No, sir. you know, and just talking boring to the media, and you just going back to your hotel room and nobody cares about your fight. I would love to see how the ticket sales is doing for this fight, man. I would love to see it, bro. Love it. That motherfucker gonna be pitch dark and just with ring lights on, man. And so you won't see how empty the motherfucker is. You know, and I heard that, I won't speak on this when I go live, man, but I heard 7A Sports today talking about how he applied for ring media credentials, and they told him, hey, you know what, you ain't talking about Lomachenko enough. Why you talking about, you seem like you the Wilder, you talking about the Wilder all the time. Why you not talking about Lomachenko? He said, hold on, I'm applying for Crawford and Horn tickets, you know, for Crawford and Horn credentials. What Lomachenko got to do is we need you to talk about, you know, Lomachenko a little bit more to get Crawford and Horn tickets. Like, what kind of crap is that? Now you see why you got certain people that go cover the fight, and you see why you got certain people that go cover these fights, and certain people that push that fucking Lomachenko propaganda now, because that's what you got to do to get press credentials. And like I said, I'm not interested in interviewing too many fighters, bro, right now. That just ain't my aim right now. I don't want to say, oh, I knew him from interviewing Earl Spence. You know, I knew him from interviewing the Charlos. Or I knew him from interviewing Austin Trout. Or I knew him from interviewing Leo Sanders. I don't want that shit. Not right now. You know, I applied for media credentials for Clarissa Shields' fight because that's the sister. And she reached out. She talked back to people. I want to go support the sister. And even if I don't get it, I'm going to still pay my dollar. I'm going to try to pay my dollar, get the day off to go see her fight, man. And I support Michigan, and Michigan supports it. And they always support, and people support me around here as well, too. So I'm always going to support local products, man. So shout out to Clarissa Shields as well. But what kind of crap is that? You know, he wants you to talk about Lomachenko in order to get Crawford and Horn credentials. You see, they treating, you know, Terence Crawford like a little pine, like a little two-step, man. At the end of the day, he playing the part. He being quiet. And guess what? Like I said, a closed mouth don't get fed. He going to continue to get leapfrog over each and every one to whatever top rank, builds up upon him. He going to watch Ramirez leap him. He going to watch David Benavidez, winner of that, leap him. Arthur Beterbiev going to come over there and get better promotion. You're going to see Jose Ramirez, if he somehow continues to win, get better promotion. You're going to see Lomachenko continue to surpass him. A lot of these guys going to be on ESPN and surpass him while he going to be on the closed circuit app, and he ain't going to say nothing to his way too late. He 30 years old, and he about to be out his physical prime in no time. At the end of the day, boxing's just going to pass him by, and by just doing little shit like this, people continue to hold him back, and he continue to take the worst advice. I 100% agree with Jeff Horn team right here. Article link in the description. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter links in the description as well. 2 is TBC and more. Y'all know what it is. We gone.